Who's your favorite Sonic character?
That's okay. Yeah, I was thinking about that on my way here. I think as a kid it was always Shadow the Hedgehog, just because like I loved how like cool he looked. I think in retrospect he's a little bit he's not quite as cool as he thinks he is, but I don't know. There's still something kind of fun about him. The fact that he's not really a hero and he's not really a villain. And I also really like Eggman, just because he's got a good balance of of humor. I don't think he's ever been menacing, but it's like, I don't know, there's something about him. It's like he has kind of like this charismatic force to him. Yeah.
All right. Well, this is Dustin from KZSC, and I'm joined here by Aadam. Aadam, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Aadam. I am part of student media, and I also am part of the Sonic fandom.
And we're here to talk about Sonic today.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't love Sonic?
Yeah.
Now, let's start off with Sonic Adventure.
Yes.
Did you grow up with the game?
Yes, I did.
And what memories do you have from Sonic Adventure when you played it for the first time, or whenever?
So I remember I had just gotten a GameCube, and I had I think a Shrek game. I had Mario Kart, and those games were kind of picked for me. And so the first game that I actually chose to play was I went into the game store and I saw this cover which had this blue weird creature. And in the background it looked like an American flag, and I was like, I don't know what this is, but it looks cool. So yeah, I got that game, I rented it, and then later on I got a bundle with that game and Sonic Adventure 2. Yeah, and I remember playing it, and I think that I beat it the first, I didn't really play any other games until I beat that one, just because I really liked, I don't know, I like the characters in that game.
You like the characters?
Yeah, even, okay, not Big the Cat, but most of the other ones.
You know, the funny thing about Big the Cat is if you don't know the controls, super hard.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you read the instruction manual, it's the easiest thing ever.
Yeah, I got stuck on I think the carnival level where you're as in all levels, you're trying to fish for Froggy. Mm-hmm. And I didn't understand the controls, and it was the Dark Souls of my childhood. So, you know.
For sure, yeah. And which character would you say you enjoy playing the most?
Sonic.
Okay, obviously.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, it's a lot of the other characters, it seemed like they were trying to, especially I think that Big the Cat is the biggest example of them trying to reuse what they already had and just rework it into a different kind of gameplay scheme that doesn't fit Sonic really. Mm-hmm. Knuckles is searching for treasure, Gamma is shooting stuff. Is it Gamma or is it E102?
Is Gamma the one from Sonic Heroes? I think so.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Then yeah, it's the robot.
The robot.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it's yeah, it seems like most of the attention was definitely put in Sonic.
I think so too. And personally, my favorite Sonic level is Lost World, I think, where it's inside a tomb, and it has multiple parts to it. It starts out pretty fast, and then it goes into this area where you're in a box with water in it, and it's gravity changes, and then at some point you're running outside, and then it's castle area. The thing is that level sucked to play through, but aesthetically it was really nice.
Do you mean Lost World as in the game Lost World, or
the level Lost World?
Oh, in Sonic Adventure.
In Sonic Adventure.
Okay, I think I remember that. Yeah, I think I remember the castle. Yeah, and I think I got stuck on one part, and it was something there was a button that I had to hit that I didn't see, that I couldn't see when I was a kid. So yeah,
for sure. And your favorite Sonic level?
That's a good question. Wow. I mean, City Escape, that's a classic. I also really liked, I think it was in Sonic Generations, I think it's Ocean Hill, where it's like a remake of the Sonic Heroes level.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's like it had a lot of like kind of diverging paths. It had like a lot of the gimmicks, kind of like you get into a go-kart, but it's like you're there for like 15 seconds and then it just, spits you out. So it's not like it impedes on the pace or anything like that.
Oh, was that a reference to Sonic Adventure?
Sonic Heroes, sorry.
Sonic Heroes, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
The other character I liked from Sonic Adventure was Tails.
Yeah.
And that's because he had no weight to him.
Yeah.
Like, you could just, like, jump and fly and just reach the end of the level. I remember playing a Windy Valley, and you could literally just jump off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's like some people complain, like, oh, those games are glitchy, but I kind of like the fact that you can kind of cheese it a little bit and, get to the goal just by, like, flying or, like, clawing your way.
For sure, yeah. And soundtrack is pretty lit also.
Oh, yeah. That's, I don't know if there's really a Sonic game whose soundtrack I don't like. So, yeah.
And best of Sonic Adventure?
Best of Sonic Adventure, I still think Open Your Heart. I also like Eggman's theme from Sonic Adventure 2, just because it's like, it paints him as this really like tortured artist or like this like brilliant character who's just like misunderstood by the world.
For sure.
Yeah.
I Am the Eggman is probably my favorite, to be honest, because that chorus is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I am the Eggman, I have the master plan. It's like, that's so butt rock. It's so dumb. Well, since we're talking about Sonic Adventure 2 now,
yeah,
that's the one I grew up with. That's the first Sonic game I ever played.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah, also for the GameCube. I think it was the first game I had for the GameCube.
Yeah.
And I remember loving City Escape, and then I got stuck on Pumpkin Hill.
Yeah. Yeah, that was with Knuckles, right?
Knuckles, yeah.
Yeah, that was a pace breaker.
It was, yeah. Well, full disclosure, I haven't finished Sonic Adventure 2 yet.
Oh, wow.
And the reason being, and this is kind of like a really childish reason, I'm scared of the ghosts and the Knuckles levels.
Yeah.
Like, I think it traumatized me as a kid or something, because I remember playing Pumpkin Hill and I was like flying, and I'm like, this is a cool level aesthetic. There's pumpkins, everywhere, and it's kind of a spooky little vibe. And the rap song in it is kind of lit.
Yeah.
And then I bumped into something, and then a fucking ghost just like exploded from it. And I'm like, nope, I can't do this. This is horrifying. And like the way they modeled it is like, it's like they want to scare kids.
Yeah.
Yellow eyes, really spooky face, really warped head. It's like, I'm not surprised if a lot of people feel the same way I do from Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then, like, I think that there's a level right afterwards where you're, like, in this, not castle, but you're in this tomb, and there are even more ghosts.
Yeah.
You actually face a ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aquatic Mine, I think?
Yeah, I think so.
Which is probably the worst level.
Yeah. No, I was actually playing recently in Aquatic Mine, and I think it was like Mad Space or something like the one that you're in space and your Knuckles, just awful. Just terrible.
Is that the one where... The only reason that I remember that level in particular is because I know that there's hint boxes in the Knuckles and Rouge stages. And I remember for that level in particular, since it's the last Knuckles level of the hero run, if you check the hints too much, or I think even at the start of it, if you check the hints, it's both backwards and reversed.
Yep.
Which is horrible because, like, first, the Chaos Emeralds shards are, like, randomly generated. So,
I didn't know, because, like, so, like, they're not completely randomly generated, but, like, there are certain, like, places that they can be in, and it just chooses 3 randomly, or...
I think that's probably more accurate.
Okay.
I think it would have been horrible if they just, like, said, like, yeah. But even then, like, I don't know, it's funny, because Sonic Adventure 2 has, like, 5 missions per level if you want to go for the ridiculous 120, what's it called? Ring thing?
Yeah, and if you want to play the Green Hill Zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, terrible.
Yeah.
But I remember for Mad Space, I think, which is the Knuckles level,
Yeah.
maybe it's called something else, that the very hard mode of that level is actually easier because the emeralds are always in the same place.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if you find it the first time, you just have to know where it is to actually, get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But favorite experience about Sonic Adventure 2 for you?
I think it was the first day, and it's like the first day that I got it, and like playing this game with like this blue hedgehog, and it's super upbeat, and it's got butt rock in the beginning, and then at the end of the level you're getting chased by a giant truck with the words gun on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, that came out of left field.
For sure. And the music changes also.
Yeah, it's like don't.
Yeah, which is, I think that's the only time that happens in the game.
Yeah.
Actually, I think in Metal Harbor, after you get shot up by the rocket ship.
Oh, yeah, and you're like skating down the...
Yeah. Which, Metal Harbor would be my favorite stage if it weren't for that part, to be honest, because the grinding on the skateboard part is awful.
Yeah.
Like, somehow it was pretty good in Ice Cap Zone in the first Sonic Adventure game.
Mm-hmm.
But in the second one, they kind of messed up on a lot of things, like not the homing attack, but the spin ball thing. The spin dash, right?
Yeah, spin dash.
It's like not as good as in Sonic Adventure, the first one. Like in the first one, you hold B or something and you get shot out anywhere. And the second one, you just kind of like softly glide.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's weird. But everyone agrees that the best part of Sonic Adventure 2 is the Chow Garden.
Yeah. Man. Too many hours spent on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I remember when I found out about the Chow, like, there's like the Hero Garden and the Villain Garden. And my friend told me something like, oh yeah, I had a friend who got to the Super Heaven Garden, and I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, if you get your Chow really good, then you can, like, the fountain opens up and you can go in there. And I was like, I want to try that. And so I tried it, and it never happened.
Yeah, it was so hard if you wanted to do it the traditional way.
Yeah.
The fast way of doing it, which I found out online a few years back when the HD release happened, was if you go in it as a dark character and you basically just abuse your Chow.
Yeah.
It becomes an angel or hero Chow, and then the heaven part opens up.
Yeah.
And it works the same way if you do it like as Sonic, the hell spot opens up.
Yeah.
And that's such a messed up way that Sonic Team like went about that.
Yeah, it's like the abused children, they like that's just it's dark. Yeah.
For sure. And your favorite part of the Chow Garden, what was it?
I think Chow Karate. It was like No, wait, it was a races. Because I remember, I think that they had them in Sonic Adventure 1, but, like, it didn't make sense, and even in Sonic Adventure 2, it didn't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just so intense just seeing your Chow go at it,
No, I feel that. I always did not win anything, though.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of grinding for the Chow Garden, for sure.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would just replay City Escape and just get, like, the animals, or what's it called, like the rods?
Yeah, the rods, yeah. And I always hated the animals because they would change up the way that your Chow looked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you were trying to go for every combination of Chow, it's like 120,000 or something.
Yeah.
Something ridiculous that they generated. But me, I'm a purist, so I wanted to get the rods only.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, Chow Garden. I'm surprised it hasn't made a comeback yet, since that was probably my favorite part of that game.
Yeah, no, it's like with Sonic Colors, they had the Wisps, and now, like, Wisps are in everything. And they've carried that on, but, like, the Chows, they were there for, like, 2 games, and then peace.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Sonic Adventure 2 was also the last time we saw Shadow, because he dies at the end.
Yeah.
Which leads us to Sonic Heroes.
Sonic Heroes. What a terrible theme song. I don't know how I feel about it.
I don't even know how it goes.
It's what goes up must come down, yet my feet don't touch the ground.
That's not horrible, but it's definitely a drop from Live and Learn.
Yeah. Oh man, Live and Learn.
Yeah, which is probably the best Sonic theme song for a game. Now, Sonic Heroes I didn't grow up with.
Okay, yeah.
To be honest, I think Sonic Adventure 2 was the only thing I grew up with. Sonic Adventure I played when it was re-released for the PS3 back in 2010 or something. And Sonic Heroes I played like my first year of high school, my freshman year. And I got it because like it was at GameStop for like $4, and I'm like, what a steal for a Sonic game! And I played it, and I'm like, why are these controls so slippery?
Yeah, no, and it's like you're controlling 3 characters that are slippery, so it makes it worse.
For sure, and you wouldn't want to play as like the heavy character because they just go really slow.
Yeah,
and I don't know if it's just me, but like the flying characters are also kind of wonky.
Yeah.
So you just kind of want to do the speed characters, and it's like, why don't you just have the game just be like Sonic characters only? And also the special stages are awful.
Oh yeah, it's like the tube like Sonic 2, but it's like much glitchier controls. It's Sonic Heroes controls, so that's the problem.
For sure. I have not gone in one Chaos Emerald in that game.
Nope, I don't think I did either.
Did you ever complete the game?
I did complete the game. I think so. Like, you just have to complete the 4 storylines, and then the last one opens up, I think.
You have to collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds.
You do.
Yeah.
I guess I did.
Wow.
I thought it was just you have to do the 4 wow, they really want you to play Sonic Heroes.
Yeah, so we have the most memorable characters in that game. Like Vector the Crocodile.
Yeah, Vector the Crocodile, Charmy the Bee.
And Espio?
Yeah, Espio, yeah.
All of which are staples of the franchise.
I think that Sonic looked back and they're like, what is our most popular game? Knuckles Chaotix.
I mean, the good character from Knuckles Chaotix, what's his name?
Vector?
Not Vector, it's like a...
Mighty? No, wait. No, that was Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, I think.
Sega Sonic the Hedgehog, whoa, that's obscure.
Yeah.
Never released in the US, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was Japan only.
And arcades only.
Yeah, arcades only. Not really a Sonic game.
I wish I had more to talk about Sega Sonic, but I don't.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool that they brought it back in Sonic Mania.
For sure. But
yeah.
I'm thinking of it's like a dark Sonic, but like with the red hair.
Oh, yeah, okay. That might be Mighty the Armadillo. But I feel like that's also in Sega Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's also in Sonic the Fighters.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Or Bark the Polar Bear.
Bark the Polar Bear. I think all those characters came back for Mania, though, right?
I'm not sure about... Oh, yeah, I think so. I think that, if they did... Even if they weren't added playably, they would still appear as, the wanted posters, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. See, I haven't played Mania yet, because I don't have a console to play it on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But going back to Sonic Heroes... which I think we're basically done with it, but we have to talk about the soundtrack, which is, it's still okay.
Yeah.
I think the highlight for me is Frog Forest.
I actually don't remember what Frog Forest sounds like.
It's probably the strangest song to be in a Sonic game, which is something to say.
Yeah, it's saying a lot.
Yeah, especially since you have Sonic Adventure 2 with Rouge's stages being smooth jazz.
Yeah, and Knuckles, I think in Sonic Adventure 2, one of Knuckles' lyrics is, give me the emeralds or die, I don't love you.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, Frog Forest, I think, to me, it's strange, because it's it's not soft rock, but it's a smooth guitar riff that isn't distorted.
Huh.
I really don't know how to talk about. It's like a Beatles song almost in
Yeah.
terms of how the melody sounds.
Or like a Phil Collins. I don't know why. I always go like soft rock is Phil Collins.
Not that soft.
Not that soft. Okay.
Yeah. It's definitely a bit faster than Phil Collins, but there's definitely like a preciseness to it that you don't get from a lot of Sonic songs.
Yeah.
Like, sounds nothing like the next game we're going to talk about.
Ooh.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Yeah, that is a game.
Is that all you have to say about it?
I'm really glad that it did Mass Effect before Mass Effect did Mass Effect with the branching storyline.
That's right.
Yeah, and I remember, I think one of the main I think even as a kid I could identify like this is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the reason that I got it was I saw on YouTube a clip of it and I saw Shadow say damn
Mm-hmm.
in it and I was like, what is this game?
For sure.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Shadow the Hedgehog was the second Sonic game I played.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was right after I got Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw it at a Blockbuster or something. And I was like, oh, this must be a Sonic game because this person looks like Sonic. And I don't know why I didn't make the connection that it was Shadow from
Sonic, yeah.
Sonic Adventure 2.
Because he's dead.
Oh, that's right. He's dead. Yeah. And
So it's like, is this a prequel?
a prequel. That would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Maria is the main character, playable character. That would have been funny. But I remember playing it and liking it. Because I was like 11 years old or something. And I remember I played it the whole weekend, and I got like 3 of the endings. And everyone who was with, who came through the house as I was playing it, all of them were like, this game is ass. And I was like, nah, this game is cool. It's like, I like this better than Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh no!
Yeah. And I haven't played it since.
Mm-hmm.
Though I've tried listening to the soundtrack, which is quite the task.
Yeah.
What's your experience with Shadow the Hedgehog?
Yeah, I think I got the game, and I think gameplay-wise, it's not that much worse than, say, Sonic Heroes. Like, it's probably on par with Sonic Heroes as far as glitchiness goes. It was, like, I think a lot of Sonic games have gimmicks that kind of slow down the gameplay.
Okay.
And having Shadow shoot guns,
Yeah.
and especially the fact that you usually shot guns when you were in the air and you would kind of like stay in place when you did that. I was not a big fan of that. And also if you wanted to go with like the good side or the bad side, you had to kill like 50 soldiers or 50 demons,
Mm-hmm.
and you had to get every single one in the level.
Yeah.
And so that was a little bit grating.
For sure, yeah. And that's really disappointing because looking at Let's Plays or just footage of the game, aesthetically, I think it's okay. Like, I know that's a big complaint from people, that it looks really muddy and gray and gross, and I don't really think that. And maybe that's because we're conditioned nowadays to, like, look at shooters or whatnot, and they're all pretty gray.
Yeah.
But watching footage of Shadow the Hedgehog, I'm like, I don't know, you got some bright reds in there.
Yeah.
It's like, you got the computer level, find the computer room, and it's like Tron-like, and it's kind of cool. I mean, would I want to play Shadow the Hedgehog? Probably not, because I want to just stick with my nostalgia that it's not as bad as people think it is.
Yeah. And as far as like the aesthetics go, that opening cutscene, that was amazing. Like him like I can't remember anything in the newspaper. Like that looked like I was like graphics will be at their peak when gameplay looks like this.
That's a way to put it.
Yeah.
Now, when you were talking about the opening scene, I assumed you were talking about the actual opening. What's it called? A cinematic?
Yeah, not the intro where it's like they play the theme song, but the one where like Shadow is like I think it's the one that you begin the game on, and like that's where Shadow's remembering Maria.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And that's the one you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, for me, what got me into the game, I think, was the cinematic cutscene.
Yeah.
Because I remember I Am All of Me playing, which is... I don't know what to think of that song. I listened to it today before this, prior, because I know you mentioned it earlier this week. And yeah, I'm going to go with a no. I don't really like it. But that cinematic is hilarious to me, because at the end of it, Shadow is on top of a bunch of dead civilians or monsters. It's like a combination of the two. And as it's panning up to him, Sonic just falls down in defeat. And Shadow cocks his gun, and then it says Shadow the Hedgehog in the title. And I'm like, wow.
And doesn't he kind of like Superman towards the camera after that?
I think so. You're right. Yeah, he does. Yeah. And I'm like... This would never be made nowadays because, unfortunately, Sonic Team is a bit too safe.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'd rather take those games, Sonic Heroes, Shadow the Hedgehog, than a bunch of the newer games. I mean, I haven't played them, but I've seen footage of Forces and Boom, which I haven't played.
Boom. Oh.
Yeah. And I'm like, this is super safe.
Yeah.
There's nothing about this that is grabbing me. And unfortunately, the soundtracks have also been hindered.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I like the main theme of Sonic Forces. I think Fist Bump is a good song.
Yeah, Fist Bump is it's, you know, it's more butt rock, but it's good butt rock.
It's like butt rock with anime opening kind of feelings to it. Like the orchestrated backing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that if you beat a stage in it, like it'll come up with a rank thing and it'll have like an orchestral version of it, like dun, 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 dun.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So. Yeah.
But it shouldn't work because the vocals are from the guy who made that song The Reason. Hoobastank, yeah. And his American way of singing doesn't really work, but it's just so fun to sing and just listen to. Like, he's putting effort into it. But going back to older Sonic games, let's now talk about, and we're skipping a bunch here.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Sonic Generations.
Sonic Generations.
Since that game is probably worth talking about.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't played it in a few years, though I'm still going to stand by my statement that it is probably the best one.
Mm-hmm.
And it has to do with a few things. The main one being that the soundtrack is amazing.
Yeah.
Now, I remember I got that at launch day, and I beat it in one day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, it's like 2 hours and a half. I did 100% complete it later that week, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. My favorite stage from there, Planet Wisp Modern.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, because I don't know why I did not like that stage. I think that I was going through it trying to get all the red rings, and so I played it like dozens of times.
Okay.
And so I think that that's what got me, but yeah.
That's right, there was red rings in that game.
Yeah.
And it was frustrating, because sometimes they were pretty well hidden.
Yeah, like a lot of times it would be like, I think on the city, what was it? It was something highway.
Speed Highway?
Yeah, Speed Highway. Like there was one that you had to go off of an alternate path, and then like I think another alternate path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to replay that game, because I remember having fun finding those, but I don't think I would have the time nowadays to actually do that. And I remember I got that game. I remember when the first trailer came out for that game, and it showed classic and modern Sonic going down City Escape. Like, a really nicely rendered version of it, sure, but I remember I saw that, and like, my freshman year me was like, it's crazy. And now I look at the footage and I'm like, yeah, I probably wouldn't like this game as much anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm bored of the boost formula. Maybe just kind of my mindset in terms of video games just has changed. But Sonic is still appealing to me, but the games aren't, if that makes sense.
Like the myth, or like the whole kind of, not the actual gameplay, but like the aesthetics and world, or...
Yeah, the aesthetics for sure. Contrary to what people believe, I do like that there's a lot of characters.
Yeah.
Which is why I like just Sonic Generations as a concept a lot. Like, you're going through the mission stages, and there's Cream the Rabbit.
Yeah.
Helping you out, and in that stage where she's helping you out, there's the soundtrack for that stage is a remix of a Sonic 3D Blast song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Super corny, but like Sonic 3D Blast, the Saturn version, soundtrack is top tier. And I really respect that. But I don't think I'll go back to it because I don't think I'm in the right mindset for it. I like slow games now, so watching modern and classic Sonic is just kind of too much for me.
Yeah.
How about your perspective on Sonic Generations? I guess this year it'll be 8 years later.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, in 2 years it's going to be another Sonic anniversary.
Whew, wow.
Yeah, no, I actually, I think Sonic Generations is my favorite one. Although I remember when I first played the demo for it and like I got into the boost formula, I was kind of like, this is kind of lame. Like it's like the game is playing itself.
Yeah.
And to an extent, it still is kind of playing itself. Like I feel like you have way too much boost in those games.
Mm-hmm.
But when I actually played the game, I really liked how it got a little bit more complicated with the boost formula, but especially with the classic Sonic stages. Like there were some really cool things they did. Like it was like, I think, what was the Sonic 3 stage that they had in there? It was like Angel Island, I think.
Oh, Sky Sanctuary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was like one part where they have this like kind of like rotating platform, and it's in 3D, but you can only go across it in 2D, and like there are these like little kind of like boxes that you can like hit.
Yeah.
And so like it's kind of like a timing puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought that was really cool.
I remember that frustrated me when I first played it because each pass has a red ring on it, if I recall correctly.
Oh, yeah.
So finding out which went where took a lot of, not timing, but replaying the stage because it's right at the end, unfortunately, and that's a big tease.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's like they literally like there's a part where you go across 3 different pathways and you can see the red rings on like to the left and right of you.
Yeah. I agree with you. Aesthetically, I really like Sky Sanctuary, both classic and modern. Mm-hmm. Just because, first, the song's so sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think, the way Sonic Generations is structured is strange because it does, like, here's 3 levels from this era, 3 from the, what's it called?
Adventure. It was not,
Adventure, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Adventure era, and then you have the modern era. And Planet Wisp is, I like that stage a lot. It's not a good final stage, though.
Yeah.
And it's even more disappointing when the final boss of the game is, like, awful.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's like Shadow the Hedgehog levels of, like, what am I doing?
For sure. Yeah. I think it's exactly like the final boss of Shadow the Hedgehog, except for the fact that, no, I'm not sure if you know this, but in Shadow the Hedgehog, the final boss, if you wait 10 minutes to beat the boss, there's a voice clip that plays.
Oh, the Eggman one.
The Eggman one, yeah.
The one that is the most important line in the game. And yeah.
And it's canon. It's canon that Shadow is not a robot.
Yeah.
He's an actual hedgehog. And they, like, snuck that in at the very end, which I wonder if someone at Sonic Team was like, we're just going to mess with our audience. We know this game sucks, so we're just going to put this really important detail in here. But yeah, Time Boss, awful. I don't know how to get the trophy in that game where it's don't get hit. I got all the trophies in that game except for that one.
Oh no.
I know, it still haunts me to this day. It's like I could get a platinum on it, but like I don't know. It takes too much time to learn it.
Yeah, no, it's like I don't think I've gone for trophies before, but that would just irk me so much. Just like having done everything, and then like just because of some BS boss, you know.
For sure. Now the other boss battles are pretty okay.
Yeah, I think it was. So there was like Egg Robot, kind of. There was Metal Sonic, Shadow, and I think Silver. Yeah, Silver.
Silver, that's right.
Yeah.
I like the Silver one the most, I think.
Yeah.
It was so different than... I mean, I don't think you've played Sonic 06.
I actually have.
You have?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, I only played it for a little bit. I still beat it, but like I only played on my brother's Xbox because I didn't have one at the time.
Alright.
Yeah, and I actually liked it when I first played it.
Okay, since I guess we'll talk about Sonic 06. Yeah. I was under the impression you haven't played it. So let's talk about Sonic 06 to round out this Sonic talk here. But Sonic 06, I bought that my second year of high school. And this was when it was getting notoriety on YouTube with people saying and making essays about it, like, oh, it's so bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I gotta, like, play this now, right?
Yeah.
And I played it, and I'm like, wow, this is awful. And I beat it 3 times.
You beat it 3 times? Like, you beat each of the, the whole sequence?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I don't know why I wasted my time with that, but this Sonic 06 is a very fascinating game to me.
It is, yeah.
Like, I like playing it, but I hate myself for like playing it. It's so confusing. I remember accidentally I got the glitch in the Silver fight where it's like if you're in a certain position. Now the fight starts and you're in like this blocked off area of the main plaza of the game. Which is based off Italy or whatever.
Yeah, best open world in a game ever.
Yeah, you can just run everywhere and there's no consequences, and people just say, hey, if you just go up to them. Anyways, you're blocked off in this, like, restaurant area, and you can't move from there. However, if you get Shadow to hit you in a certain way, you could fly out of bounds.
Oh.
And he got me where... He, like, held me, because he's, like, some sort of telekinesis power. He held me in the air, and he threw me, and I flew out of the whole map, where I saw the map from above, and everything else was black space. And it took, like, 15 minutes for Sonic to die. Like, that's how long the out of bounds was. And I remember that, and I'm like, wow, this is really gonna happen, right? I could just restart it, but, like, this is fascinating. I gotta be honest, Sonic 06 really got me into understanding how video games work.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know any of the intricacies of computer science or what goes into game design, but Sonic 06 is a good start just because you could break it very easily.
Yeah, and you understood that, like, some buildings you can only see certain parts of it, and, like, the floor, if you go under it, there's nothing.
For sure. And it also made me understand that there's sometimes effort put into, like, when people speak. Because if you talk to some people in the game, they didn't edit the voice recordings, so... There's like 3 takes in a row of someone saying their line, and it's just like, how could someone miss that? And, you know, my sophomore high school year, me was like, oh, someone has that job to like audio edit all of those people, and it was really fascinating. It's like watching a bad movie.
Yeah.
Like, that just doesn't work. Like The Room or something.
Yeah, Sonic is a room, basically.
Kinda, like, you've seen The Room, right?
I actually haven't watched it. I think I watched some reviews of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a Sonic game, so it probably be best not to talk about it. But yeah, I gotta say, Sonic 06 is a very important part of my life.
Yeah.
And someone could quote me on that, and I'll be okay with it. Anyways, I think that's all the time we have.
Yeah. Well, it was good talking about Sonic.
For sure. Final question, though. Favorite Sonic song ever?
I've got like 3, I think.
Go ahead.
I think probably my favorite one is the theme song for Sonic Rider Zero Gravity. I think it's called like Ungravitify or something like that.
Hell yeah.
Oh man. I love that song so much.
Okay.
In as far as classic Sonic goes, I really like Hydro City Zone.
Okay.
You know, because it's got like kind of that MJ. Maybe he was in it, maybe he wasn't.
All right.
And then His World from Sonic 06.
Which version?
Zebrahead.
Zebra. Okay, that's the correct answer.
Yeah. No, I listened to some of the Crush 40 covers of other songs, and I'm like, no, not my thing.
It doesn't work. You need the like rapping in it.
Yeah.
For sure. As for me, classic era would be Endless Mind from I think also Sonic 3. Is Hydro City Sonic 2 or Sonic 3?
Sonic 3. It was the underwater one.
That's right.
Yeah.
Adventure era, I mean, this is kind of a basic answer, but Escape from the City.
Yeah.
When that song came on, it blew my mind.
Yeah, it's like the anthem of a certain generation, basically.
Oh hell yeah! I agree with that. I think that song got me into music. I think.
Yeah. No, Sonic music and GTA music got me into music.
Oh, for sure. That's interesting. I wonder if a lot of people feel the same way. I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
And I guess modern era. Now this is a deep cut, but Sonic and the Black Knight.
Oh, okay.
The ending song to that, which is also a Crush 40 song, Live Life. It's my favorite Sonic song.
Really? I actually haven't played Sonic and the Black Knight, so...
I haven't either. Well, I played Sonic in the Secret Rings, and I was like, okay, the Wii game's probably not worth playing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Sonic and the Black Knight soundtrack is surprisingly pretty good. And Live Life is a orchestrated Crush 40 song about just trying your best, and it's super corny.
How have I not heard this? This is amazing.
Well, it's like, you know, that era of Sonic just isn't really touched upon a lot, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, that's all the time we had again.
Woo!
So thank you, Aadam, for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
And would you like to plug in any social media or projects you're working on or orgs you're a part of?
I'm a part of On the Spot at Student Media, or I think our Facebook is On the Spot UCSC. Other projects, I want people to visit my GoFundMe for the new Sonic fan movie I'm making. It has all the Sonic characters. No. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, Thank you, Aadam.
Yeah, of course.
Have a good night.
You too.